I honestly thought we were doing okay. Not perfect, but who is? We were married, we had routines, occasional arguments, nothing crazy. Then out of nowhere, he tells me he needs a break. Says he's overwhelmed, says he wants to clear his head. Just a short solo trip, he said. Some time alone by the beach. No phone, no distractions. Just me and the ocean. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? He said all the right words, gave me a sad smile, kissed my forehead, and left with one duffel bag. 3 days later, I opened Instagram, not even thinking about him, just scrolling, killing time. And there it was, a picture posted by his ex, the one he swore he hadn't spoken to in years. She was in a bikini, drink in hand, standing on a balcony. Cute pic, until I zoomed in on the glass door behind her. The reflection showed him, clear as day, shirtless, laughing, holding a towel. I stared at it for a full minute. Then again, I didn't cry. I didn't throw my phone or call him screaming. I just saved the photo. And I took notes. That night, I made tea. I sat on the couch. And I started planning. Because if he could lie so easily, so smoothly, he wasn't the man I thought he was. And if he thought I was going to sit home waiting like some kind of idiot wife, he had no idea who he married. And then I thought of his mother. She was the kind of woman who called 3 times a week just to talk about coupon deals and weird neighbors. She had opinions about everything, especially her son. She also adored me, told me all the time I was the best thing that ever happened to him. She also had a deep personal hatred of air travel. She'd never been on a plane in her life, said she didn't trust metal birds. But for me, she'd do it. If I told her something was wrong, she'd be at my side in a heartbeat. She'd pack her 2 rolling suitcases, wear her ugly compression socks, and fly across the country if she believed her son was being an idiot. So I called her. I didn't tell her everything, just enough. That he left, that I was worried, that maybe we should surprise him, for his own good. And just like that, she said, book it. I'll bring snacks. He wanted peace and quiet. He'd get the exact opposite. Because now it was my vacation. He texted me from the beach, probably drunk. Don't worry about me. I just need this time to reset. There was a sun emoji at the end. I stared at it for a second too long, then locked my phone and looked across the table at his mother. We were having tea at her place. She had no clue what was actually going on. I didn't show her the Instagram post. I didn't tell her about the bikini, the reflection, the margaritas, or the way he was probably sleeping with his ex while I folded his laundry like an idiot. No, I played it sweet. I just said, he's been distant. Cold. He took off suddenly, said he needed space. I'm worried. Her eyes filled with concern so fast it was almost funny. She patted my hand. That doesn't sound like him. Something's not right. She stood up and went straight to her tiny hallway closet, rummaging around until she pulled out a beat-up floral suitcase. Let's go surprise him. I smiled, pretending it was a new idea, something spontaneous. But I'd already been looking at flights. Already decided on the city. See, he hated Las Vegas. Said it was loud, dirty, full of fake people. He'd had one bad trip there with friends in college and never stopped talking about it. I'd rather sit in traffic for 8 hours than go back, he once said. Perfect. That's exactly where I booked us. A one-way flight. He didn't know it yet, but his mother was about to become a permanent tourist in his personal hell. I told her, we'll meet him there. He'll be so surprised to see you. And she lit up like it was Christmas. She started packing right away. Snacks, allergy pills, 3 cardigans, and a folder with his baby pictures. I think he needs reminding of who he really is, she said. She kept asking which hotel he was in. I lied. Said he was staying at a resort off the strip, that I'd get the details once we landed. She didn't question it. She trusted me. She even asked if we should get matching shirts. I just nodded. He thought I'd be waiting quietly at home. Crying maybe. Staring at the ceiling. But instead, I was boarding a flight with his mother, who had no idea she was about to become the clingy shadow of his ruined vacation. And I had no intention of flying back with her. This trip? It was for her. Let him deal with the fallout. The moment we stepped off the plane, she started sweating. Her hair was sticking to her forehead, and she kept fanning herself with a pamphlet she grabbed from the airport kiosk. Why is it so hot here? She huffed. It's like breathing soup. I smiled. Vegas heat, I said. He'll love it. We dragged her suitcases, 2 plus a tote bag stuffed with snacks, through the terminal. She talked the whole time. About how the flight was bumpy, how the man next to her hogged the armrest, how the peanuts tasted weird. I nodded, listening, but my mind was on the plan. She glanced around. When's he getting here? Soon, I lied. He's just finishing something up at the hotel. Thought we'd wait here and surprise him. She looked down at her phone. Should I call him? I'd already anticipated that. I reached into my bag and pulled out a basic prepaid phone I'd set up the day before. His number was already saved under favorite son, just to twist the knife a little. I handed it to her like a gift. Here, I said sweetly. Use this one. Battery's full. She took it without a second thought and immediately hit call. He didn't answer. 10 minutes later, she called again. He's probably in the pool, she said, not sounding convinced. Another 10 minutes. She called again. Still nothing. Maybe his phone's dead. I shrugged, sipping my iced coffee. Maybe. But I knew better. I'd seen he was active on Instagram 20 minutes ago. He was posting stories again. This time, it was a plate of tacos with his ex's hand in the shot. Same painted nails, same gold bracelet. Subtle, but not to me. After the 5th call, he finally broke and texted me. Why is my mom calling me every 10 minute? Asterisk. Then. Did you put her up to this? Then. Answer me. Now. I didn't. I just turned my phone on silent and booked my return flight while his mom loudly argued with a vending machine that had eaten her dollar. She turned to me, out of breath. You know what? I'll just call him again. Maybe he can bring us water. I nodded, smiling. Great idea. He hated being called. Despised it. Especially by family. Said it made him feel cornered. Well, now he was about to be cornered by the one person he couldn't ignore without guilt. His own mother, live from the Las Vegas airport, hunting him down one missed call at a time. And me? I'd be gone by morning. We found a spot to sit in the food court after she got tired of dragging her bags around. She was cranky, her feet hurt, and her voice was getting louder by the minute. People were starting to look. I bought her a lemonade and a soft pretzel just to keep her occupied. I'm calling him again, she said, digging out the phone. This is ridiculous. What kind of son ignores his mother like this? I just nodded and bit into my pretzel. She hit redial for the 6th or 7th time. I lost count. This time, he finally answered. We both heard it, his annoyed "What, Mom?" loud and clear through the speaker. She didn't even say hello. What do you mean what? I've been calling you for hours. Hours? My feet are swollen like sausages. And you said you were just taking some time alone. There was a pause on his end, like he was trying to figure out what to say. I was going to call you back, he said, voice shaky. Then, faintly, a woman's laugh in the background. His mom stopped cold. Her eyes narrowed. Who was that? Who laughed just now? Was that a woman? No, it's just someone at the pool, he lied badly. Don't lie to me, she snapped. I can hear her. Are you with a woman right now? Are you with her? Then came the worst timing possible, for him. In the background, his ex's voice cut through the phone loud and clear, playful and smug. Hold still, babe. I need to do the salt. Then, unmistakable laughter. His. Hers. His mom's face turned red. She froze for a beat, then exploded. Who's that woman? She shrieked into the phone, causing a group of teenage boys at the next table to turn and stare. He fumbled. It's not what you think, Mom. Just listen. No, you listen. You told your wife, that you needed space. And now you're off in some hotel letting that bikini bimbo lick salt off your neck. He tried to talk over her. Didn't work. People were staring. Some had stopped eating. A security guard raised an eyebrow. I stayed quiet, just sitting across from her, tearing my pretzel into little pieces and popping them into my mouth one by one. His mom was still yelling. He was still stammering. And I was smiling. Honestly, the pretzel could have used more salt. But watching his perfect little vacation crumble in real time, that made up for it. A few hours after the food court meltdown, I got a text from him. Short. Cold. You've gone too far. Cards shut off. Don't contact me again. That was it. No apology. No explanation. Just a threat and a punishment, like I was a child he could put in timeout. I actually laughed. First, because the card wasn't even his. It was a joint one. Freezing it just meant I'd use the emergency stash of cash I kept hidden in a tin of cookie cutters in the pantry. Second, he clearly forgot what I still had back home. Years ago, during one of our spring cleaning days, I found a box in the closet. Inside, his old journals, written in middle school handwriting, plus a thick stack of love letters. Some from me, some from his high school girlfriend. He kept everything. Poems, doodles, even the mixtape track lists he made for his crushes. He once told me they were private, and asked me not to throw them out. I didn't. I just filed them away in a drawer labeled Leverage. Now seemed like the right time to open it. I spent the night printing everything out. Made a neat little booklet with a cover that said "Collected Works of Your Favorite Son" in bold font. I even added footnotes. Highlights included a poem titled, "Your Eyes Are Like Sad Blue Rain," and a love letter where he compared someone's smile to fresh cheese. I mailed the whole thing express to the hotel where his mother was staying. Addressed it personally. Knew it'd be in her hands before dinner. And right on schedule, around 9 p.m., I got a text from an unknown number. It was a video. His mom was in the hotel bar, cocktail in hand, dramatically reading one of his poems to a group of women who looked like they were absolutely living for the drama. She read with emotion. Wiped away a fake tear. A woman in the back shouted, "Read the one about cheese again." 2 hours later, he finally called me. He didn't even say hello. Just started yelling. "What the hell is wrong with you? You sent her my poems." I didn't say anything. I just sent him back a voice memo. It was his mother, mid-reading, delivering his 8th grade masterpiece. Your words are honey, dripping slow. / I am the bee, please never go. I added one line of text after. Next time you threaten me, remember, I have more. He didn't reply. I finally told her. After all the missed calls, the sweating, the airport food court chaos, and the love poem readings, I figured she deserved the full picture. We were sitting in her hotel room, both of us in robes, eating room service pasta. She asked again why her son was acting so strange, why he looked so nervous on the phone, why he hadn't come to see her yet. So I showed her the Instagram post. The one with the bikini, the margarita, the glass door reflection. She stared at it for a full 10 seconds, blinked once, then twice, and said calmly, "That little idiot." She set down her fork, picked up her phone, and told me we were doing a family FaceTime. Right now. I tried to tell her it wasn't a good idea. She waved me off. He needs to look his mother and his wife in the eye. Within minutes, we were sitting side by side, wrapped in blankets, camera propped up against a pillow, as the call rang through. He answered. Barely. His face popped up on the screen. Messy hair, sunburned nose, eyes wide like a kid caught shoplifting. Mom, what? Don't you mom me, she snapped. You sit there and you listen. And don't even try to lie because I've seen the photos. Behind him, someone moved. She leaned closer to the screen. Is that her? His ex was doing the worst job ever trying to duck behind a palm tree like she was in a cartoon. His mom leaned in more, eyes narrowed. You brought her on your alone time trip? While your wife is here worried sick, eating pretzels and crying in airports. I didn't cry, I muttered. She shushed me gently, like I was fragile. He stammered. It's complicated. She went off. Complicated? You lied to your wife. You ran away with some woman who wears makeup to the beach. You left your marriage behind like it was a napkin. I raised you better than this. This is not how I raised a man to treat a woman. He opened his mouth to defend himself, but she was on a roll. Marriage vows. Loyalty. What would Jesus say? Do you think Jesus would run off with his ex-girlfriend to drink tequila in swim trunks? Do you? He didn't answer. I am ashamed, she whispered, voice suddenly low and dramatic. I have never been more ashamed. I just sat there, sipping ginger ale and nodding every now and then like I was at church. Best FaceTime of my life. He called me the next morning, sounding panicked and exhausted. I could hear the stress in his voice, like he hadn't slept, like maybe his little beach getaway wasn't so relaxing anymore. Can you just bring her home? He asked. Please. I didn't even hesitate. No, she won't stop calling me, he said, voice cracking a little. She keeps crying and quoting Bible verses. She tried to FaceTime your aunt. She's your mom, I said calmly. She missed you. And now she's here. Enjoy. She's driving me insane. I smiled. She's your problem now. After that call, I checked us out of my room but booked an extra 2 nights for her, in a suite no less. Big king bed, deep bathtub, little balcony with a view of the Strip. I told the front desk to keep the room under her name and gave them my card one last time before his freeze kicked in. Then I handed her the room key, kissed her on the cheek, and told her I had to get home to take care of some things. She didn't argue, just thanked me for everything and asked if I thought he'd come see her soon. I told her probably. Before I left, I handed her one last gift, a manila envelope filled with neatly printed messages, texts and DMs he'd sent to both me and his ex over the past year. Lies mostly. Promises. Duplicated phrases, sometimes word for word. I'd been collecting them since before the beach trip. Just in case. She opened the envelope and pulled out the first page. Her lips tightened. Then she ordered a shrimp cocktail and asked for a glass of white wine. I stood at the door for a moment, watching her read, chewing slowly, eyes scanning the lines like she was grading a high school essay. I almost felt bad. Almost. I don't understand, she said softly, flipping a page. He told you the same thing he told her. I know. She shook her head, hurt but calm. What is wrong with him? I stopped trying to figure that out. There was a Bible on the bedside table, one of those standard hotel ones. She picked it up and placed it next to the envelope like she was about to start cross-referencing scripture with screenshot. I need time to think, she said, sighing. Take all the time you need. And I left her there, surrounded by room service, lies, and shrimp. He wanted space. He was about to have more of it than he could handle. He called me 2 days later, and this time he was crying. Not fake crying. Not the kind he used to do when he didn't get his way. Real broken crying. Voice shaking, words barely getting out between sniffles. I almost didn't answer, but curiosity got the better of me. I messed up, he said. She left. Your mom? No. Her. She went home early. Said I had too much baggage. He let out a shaky breath. I deserve that. I do. But I didn't mean for any of this. I didn't say anything. I just let him ramble. I wanted to talk. Maybe fix things. With you, I mean. I was stupid. I was selfish. But I swear I didn't think it would get this far. That's when I interrupted him. Have you seen Facebook today? He paused. What? You should check your mom's page. He hung up. I waited. Not even 10 minutes later, I got a follow-up text. What the hell did you do? I didn't reply. He knew I hadn't done anything. His mother had. Apparently, sometime between the shrimp cocktail and her second glass of wine, she decided enough was enough. She logged onto Facebook and let it all out. A long post, public, with photos of me and her on the plane, in the airport, in the hotel suite. Screenshots of his texts. A selfie of her holding the packet of printed lies. And a caption that read, "My son betrayed a wonderful woman. After lying to her face and disappearing with another woman, he's lost my respect. I raised him better. But sometimes people choose the wrong path. I stand with my daughter-in-law. Shame." It had 92 shares in the first 3 hours. By the end of the night, it was over 300. His cousins were commenting disgusting and unreal. One of his old teachers commented, "I'm disappointed but not surprised." His own aunt unfriended him and posted a gif of someone throwing a man in the trash. His family group chat, over 20 people, blew up. One of his uncles told him to apologize like a man or don't bother showing up at Thanksgiving. And his mom, she changed her profile picture to the one of us in the airport, arms linked, smiling. He tried calling again. I let it go to voicemail. There was nothing left to say. His vacation was ruined. His family turned on him. And all of it, every piece, was public. Actions have consequences. And has just happened. Ed to come with likes, comments, and a hashtag. I knew he'd show up eventually. He wasn't the kind of man who handled public shame well. Not when people were talking. Not when his ex left, his family turned on him, and his mother was reading his old poems to anyone with. He needed to feel in control again. He needed someone to smooth it over. And for years, that person was me. But not this time. So when the knock came on my door, I didn't flinch. I didn't even get up. I stayed on the couch, drinking tea and scrolling through his mom's latest Facebook post. A throwback photo of him in braces, captioned, "Back when he had a conscience." My lawyer answered the door. He's a calm guy, soft-spoken, wears glasses too big for his face, which somehow makes him look more intimidating. He greeted my soon-to-be ex with a polite smile and a thick envelope. "Mr. Jameson?" he asked, like he didn't already know. "Yeah, wait, who are you?" "I'm her attorney." That's when he tried. "I just want to talk to her. Can we talk? Please." My lawyer shook his head. "She's not available. But this is for you." He handed over the envelope. "Divorce papers?" my husband asked, already sounding panicked. "Yes," my lawyer said calmly, "with documentation, including an itemized breakdown of emotional damages, property concerns, and," he paused slightly for emphasis, "witness statements." My husband blinked. "Witness? My client's mother-in-law has agreed to cooperate," he said, "though we've labeled her as a potentially hostile witness, given her relationship to both parties." His face went pale. "You talked to my mom?" "No," I said from the couch, loud enough for him to hear. "She talked to me, and then she talked to the internet. You might want to call her." He didn't respond, just stood there in the hallway, stunned. My lawyer stepped back inside and gently closed the door in his face. We watched him through the peephole. He stood there for a while, flipping through the paperwork like maybe the pages would suddenly erase themselves. Then he sat down on the steps outside, head in his hand. I heard he cried in the parking lot before he left. The neighbor's kid saw him and later told me, "That guy was sobbing next to a Prius." I told her, "That sounds right." No yelling, no begging, no second chances. He wanted to talk, but I was done listening. Now we were doing things by the book, printed, signed, and legally binding. It's been a few months now, and things have settled in the weirdest way possible. His mom moved out of state. She didn't go back to her little house with the bird feeders and her ceramic cat collection. No, she moved in with someone else. And not just anyone. She moved in with his ex's mom. I swear I couldn't make this up if I tried. Apparently, after all the drama, both of them ended up talking at some family event and hit it off instantly. Bonded over mutual disappointment, bad sons, and a shared hatred of connecting flights. One thing led to another, and next thing I know, they're roommates in Arizona, living in a gated community with a pool and a weekly bingo night. They even started a brunch group with 2 other women from the neighborhood. They call it Better Off Moms. I've seen pictures, matching t-shirts, mimosas, loud laughter. They look like they're living their best lives. Meanwhile, he moved back in with a friend, or maybe a cousin. Nobody's sure. He deleted all his social media, quietly disappeared. Word is, his aunt still hasn't spoken to him since the Facebook post went viral. As for me, I'm doing just fine. I redecorated the apartment. New curtains. New sheets. I threw out everything that even smelled like him. I started dating again, slowly, carefully. Nothing serious yet, but it feels nice to be wanted without being lied to. I even went back to school part-time, something I'd always wanted but never had room for in our life. Now there's room for everything. People sometimes ask if I regret how it all went down, if I feel bad about what I did. I don't. He made his choices. I just made sure he felt them. I gave his mother truth, clarity, and shrimp cocktail. I gave myself peace, freedom, and closure. And honestly, I still have his journals. Every cringe poem, every bad metaphor, every sappy line he wrote thinking he was the next great American writer. Sometimes I open one when I'm having a bad day, because nothing cures a bad mood faster than reading a poem titled, "Your Eyes Are Waterfalls, and I Am the Rock." He once asked me to throw them away. I never said I would. Some memories are worth keeping, not because they're beautiful, but because they remind you how far you've come. And I've come very far.